Hi there. How do you differentiate your business from the competition? How do you unlock new markets for your business? It seems to me that almost every single day a new solar installer pops up in my area. In this video, I want to share information with you that will help you to differentiate your business from the competition in a marketplace that is becoming very overcrowded indeed. The majority of solar installers offer services mostly to homeowners for residential use. Most of these installations are funded by way of a type of short-term debt like a personal loan or a further home loan. Some financiers have simply rebranded personal loans as a type of solar finance. As the market for solar energy developed, large players entered the field, and private equity investors wanted to get in on the action. A number of large renewable energy funds have been established to provide funding for large-scale projects. But small and medium-sized businesses have been largely left out. Why? What is the problem? A small business has very few funding options. The business can self-fund the installation of a renewable energy system, but small businesses seldom have large amounts of capital lying around for this sort of purpose and would probably prefer to use their cash reserves to fund trading activities. Another option might be a business loan, invariably in the form of unsecured lending, which means high interest rates over short lending terms resulting in high monthly installments, making this sort of option not really feasible for small businesses. Some solar energy providers offer a rent-to-own option, and this option seems very much a feasible option, but providers of solar energy are wary of working with small businesses because they do not have the internal competencies to assess the financial viability of small businesses to enter into a long-term rental agreement and don't want to get bogged down trying to collect outstanding payments from businesses. But there is an opportunity here. How do you unlock this market? Customers want a complete cradle-to-grave solution. Equipment, installation, maintenance, and funding. The customer wants to pay one monthly fee, all inclusive. The key to unlocking this marketplace is funding. Customers want a solution that would provide them with funding at a reasonable rate of finance over a medium term, giving them access to high-quality solar equipment. But what will persuade financiers to offer this type of solution? The answer lies in understanding how financiers think about risk. The rate of finance on a loan is a risk premium. Let me explain. Financiers are afraid of risk. They are risk averse and will always seek to mitigate their risk by insisting on some type of security, either in the form of a personal surety or an asset that is offered as collateral for the loan. Have you noticed that the interest rate on property finance is lower and the term over which property finance is provided longer than other types of financing arrangements? Why? The property, an appreciating asset, is offered as collateral for the loan. In very much the same way, asset finance is offered at reasonable rates of finance over medium term because the asset serves as collateral for the loan. To secure funding for your customer at reasonable interest rates over medium terms, you have to provide some form of security. But you cannot provide collateral on behalf of your customer. The renewable energy equipment must serve as collateral for the loan. But what will persuade financiers to accept renewable energy equipment as collateral for asset-backed finance? Financiers have a deep understanding of the collateral value of certain types of assets. For instance, John Lewis, the property economist at First National Bank, publishes the F&B Property Barometer on a quarterly basis, which incidentally is a great source to understand property trends and valuations. But why would a bank invest large amounts of money in researching property? The bank holds property as collateral for loans. Understanding this asset is extremely important to the bank. In very much the same way, the bank conducts research on the collateral value of other assets, like vehicles and IT equipment and medical equipment and a host of other types of assets when they offer asset finance. Renewable energy equipment is a new thing for many of the financiers. They are wary of this type of asset because they simply don't understand the asset. What can you do to provide the financier with comfort? What would make the financier accept renewable energy equipment as collateral for asset-backed finance? Because that is what you need to be able to do to persuade financiers to offer asset-backed finance at a reasonable rate of finance over the medium term to your customers. You can address the concerns of financiers in three ways. Firstly, only procure equipment from tier 1 suppliers. Cheaper, nasty stuff will simply not do. Then negotiate extended warranties with your suppliers equal to the loan term. And lastly, offer your customers, included in the deal, a maintenance contract over the term of the loan. Under these circumstances, financiers will be willing to provide customers with asset-backed finance. Your customers will be able to secure lending at a reasonable rate of finance over the medium term, making this option feasible for the customer. I'm Dion de Bruin. I started Constructum Consulting to help businesses raise capital from investors and financiers. I want to work with reputable businesses in your sector. If you want to explore the prospects of creating a collaborative relationship with a financier to provide funding for renewable energy specifically for small and medium-sized businesses, then I'd very much like to have a further conversation with you. Thank you for listening and all the best with your business.